Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this lesson, we'll start to look at the token-based verification mechanism. So you probably heard of the session-based or cookie-based verification previously. That is, whenever a user verifies its credentials to this backend server, the server will send a cookie to the browser, and the user will store that for a period of time as each session. And that is a relatively traditional way to do it, and it has some drawbacks, like the scalability and some coarse filter thing. And if you're interested in digging some detail of it, you can take a look at this article called The Ins and Outs of the Token-Based Authentication from Scotch.io. So basically, this article explains why we need to use token-based and why it's better than the traditional way using the session-based. Okay, and it talks about a JSON web token as well. So basically, here's the website for JSON website token, JWT.io. It's a open standard that defines a compact and self-contained way for securely transmitting information between parties as a JSON object. Okay, so basically the JSON web token consists of three parts: the header, the payload, and the signature. I'm not gonna dig into the detail of those. If you're interested, go scan the article. It's pretty straightforward to understand. So eventually, what we have is a generated token like this. Basically, it's a very gibberish string to look at. So in this case, by human being, you just look at directly. It's difficult to extract information. All right. And how does that work? The flow diagram looks like this. So first, we have browser on the client side. So the client posts a user login with username and password to the server. So the server verifies that credentials, and once it passes the verification, server will create a JWT token with a secret. That's the seed or source string used to generate the JWT. And then the server will return the JWT to the browser. So the browser will store that JWT token locally. We can use the local storage from the browser. And then once we pass that phase, whenever the browser wants to communicate with the server, the browser will send the JWT token as a header, the authorization header each time, okay? And the system will verify that token to see if it's the same as generated previously. Okay, if it passed the verification, it will send a response back to the browser. That's basically the flow of this JWT token-based verification process. Okay, and come back to our system diagram. How do we actually leverage that verification process to our REST API? So we can see here we have our controller, and we'll put some components like a register function, which doesn't require a user credentials to do in this public controller. And here we have our REST resources. So whatever resource here will be protected by our security filter, which is a JWT filter we will configure in the backend. Okay, so each time user wants to access this protected resource, he needs to provide a token for the verification. Okay, and that token, as the workflow we just talked about, is generated by the system in the first time user log in with its credentials. Okay, and that's how we handle the REST communication with protection. In the next lesson, we'll look at how do we actually add this security filter in our backend, okay? And after that, we'll start to work on the login module. Alright, see you guys in the next video. Bye.